All right, guys.
Don't get that on the podcast.
All right, everyone shut the hell up. Welcome to the Baby Shower Comedy Podcast. Like, subscribe, comment, right? Anything else? Anything else that they need to do?
Yeah, do that. Share your friends.
Share it with your friends. Follow us on social medias. Ache Graham and Tobin Miller Comedy and Patty Clips.
And that's it.
And that's it.
And the guest today. We have a guest today.
Yeah, introduce our guest.
For our 101st episode, which will be named after. We never name it before.
No.
We could think of a... Okay.
101
Well, we're not
Schwartzes?
na-
Is that what we're
not-
doing?
Yeah, maybe 101 Schwartzes.
We're not naming it Schwartz. We don't want the algorithm to break.
Jared Schwartz is here, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm
The
back,
Jared
baby.
Schwartz.
It feels good. Thank you for having me on.
Staten Island's own.
I feel comfortable being back, man. I feel right back at home.
Yes, and a former, our former pod co-host.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
Padawan.
A paddle on.
Yeah. What does that mean?
And then I went and got my paddle on.
A Padawan?
Did you go?
You said paddle on, and I said I went and got my paddle on.
Yeah.
Like
Padawan?
Like you're in a canoe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
I was just swimming upstream.
Oh, okay. A Padawan's a Jedi reference.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't
Young
get it either.
Padawan.
I was just
Padawan.
playing on the word.
Yeah. He's got his paddle on. Jared Schwartz.
Back on
Back, who surprised me in the shitter.
the pod. Please give him context. Please give him some
Context will not be given for this.
Party was taking a shit, and Schwartz figured out that he was in there, and he just busted through.
Well, if you watch Euphoria, it was like when Cassie was in the bathtub. That's for the listeners who watch
You
Euphoria.
obviously don't know our demographic.
Yeah, which is Tobin and Mai's extended family.
Yeah.
So,
My mom brought up I was like streaming the Duke game with my dad, and my mom goes, "So I watched your podcast last night." And I was like, "Oh God, no." And she goes, "You're the guy that you do it with, Matt Hardy?" And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "He went to Michigan Law?"
ooh.
And I was like,
no, but close.
"Well, I didn't know."
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
she like got a call and just left. So like I didn't even complete.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, there's a cliffhanger within my family.
That's the parent way, isn't it?
Yeah.
To just get a call.
Another more important
mid-communication.
child calls.
Yes. I went to Brooklyn Law for Miss Miller.
Wait, you went to Brooklyn Law?
Yeah.
Is that where they teach you how to wear beanies and
Yep.
and open up
Says a guy
artisanal?
wearing a beanie.
Yeah.
Let me see you without a beanie, because that's all you've been wearing lately.
It's beanie season.
Thank you.
It's beanie season. You wear a beanie every single day in beanie
See, he
season.
was being serious. I did. Yeah.
Dead serious.
That's where I learned how to pick up. You got to learn how to.
But the thing is, what's funny is like when I'm out and girls will be like, "What are you hiding under there? You're hiding a bald head." I'm like, "Absolutely not." And then they see it. I'm like, "Now you have to put your hands through it." And they're like, "All right, I'll see you later."
When you take it off, do you go like this?
Yeah.
Ever?
The thing with,
You-
with my hair,
your hair is
you
long.
have great hair because it's like so curly, like sits.
Yeah.
Mine is like poofs up.
Talk more about my hair.
Your
Artie's
hair
got
is
great
nice.
straight hair too.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law, I went to Saratoga this past week, and she was giving me shit about it.
Your hair?
Really?
She's like,
Yeah,
she's like,
people
"How
do that.
long is this gonna last?" I'm
Oh,
like,
I
don't
hate when
know."
they fucking ask that.
She goes, just cut it before 30. Once you're 35, it kind of becomes sad.
oh,
do you,
man.
Artie?
Tough break.
You both sometimes do a reset. When do you decide to chop it off?
I do resets every. I think it's been like a winter thing. I'll grow out my hair.
You ever grow out your hair?
Doing it? Yeah.
No. I had like a man bun at one point. I tried to do it. When
No
I was
way.
Like 19. It didn't work out.
We gotta get some.
But I've seen you with like the flip.
The flip?
Yeah.
What's the
Like
flip?
the front
Like
flip.
the front flip.
Right, kind of like a little.
Like the part. Like the part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got big plans for when I'm actually shaving my head and bleaching my hair.
That's Renegade. I got big plans too for cut
What are you doing?
coming up. I'm getting rid of most of it.
Oh, the beard too?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little salt and pepper action going on.
Yeah. It's gonna go. Yeah. I got a decent amount of gray.
But you're young at heart. So that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Wait, you're gonna bleach it before you shave it? Or you're
No,
gonna
I'm gonna shave it. And
So you're
then
gonna have
bleach it.
frosted tips.
I'm gonna basically, but I'm gonna have
Once
a
it
frosted
grows.
head. I'm gonna have a frosted head, but yeah, it should be frosted tips.
When's this happening? Did you
when-
lose a bet?
No, I just want to do it. I'm going through it.
I like the look.
I just want to change things up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wayne got a fucking earring, got a chain.
Yeah,
I'm not-
but those suit, but that kind of
Jesus
suits
Christ,
you.
dude.
Don't you think that suits him?
Yeah,
Sure.
I gotta change things up. I need.
Oh, sure. You don't think so? You think so, Clips?
Yeah, for sure. Well, he used to have hearing. Hearing. Like,
I
back in the
did.
day.
I did used to have a earring. It's
You
funny.
don't-
I never had an earring when I started comedy. I never
Yeah.
had it in, and then all of a sudden I put something in, and people are like, "Oh, you got your ear pierced?" I was like, "I just put something in. I've always had it pierced."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, well, it's not for you."
You got pierced earring, Hardy, ever?
No, I don't have. I don't have tattoo. That's where I'm going eventually.
The tattoo.
We all know this.
What are you gonna get?
I'm gonna get some stuff on the left.
He's gonna
Arm.
get a sleeve.
Sleeve. That's.
I hope
That's
to one
drastic.
day. Yeah, it is drastic. So I think I'm gonna get there in one leap. You know, I'm gonna take my time.
Just do the whole left side of your body.
How far
Right
down,
down
are you
the
gonna?
middle.
How far down are you gonna go on the sleeve? Are you gonna go wrist? Or are you gonna go kind of like mid arm?
Wrist scares me initially. Yeah, I was gonna
You're
go.
gonna do kind of like a bicep.
like a half
elbow.
arm here. Yeah, maybe go up top a little bit.
Now, what is it? You going like a tribal? You look
Yeah.
like you'd have a great tribe. You look like you are a part of a tribe. So you, of
That's
course.
what I was getting. Yeah, people thought it. People always think I have tattoos when they see
Yeah,
it.
well,
They're shocked. Girls
'cause-
are always like, they're like,
That's-
really?
That's the Brooklyn Wall.
They're really shocked.
That's right. Brooklyn Law. You go. They get no. They're really shocked, Miller.
They go, "Are you kidding me? You don't have tattoos?
No way.
I took you for being way cooler than that.
Yeah.
Get out of town."
You're selling that one.
You know what? You know what? It used to happen on the apps. That's where you see
On the apps?
because they haven't seen me yet, really. So they see the beard and they go, "Oh, do you have any tattoos?" Ba da da. Because the ba da da.
But
Ba da da. The beard tattoo. Ba da da. Is the real combo. Beard. The ladies. They like
beard
the,
tattoos.
Yeah. Dad bod too. And then if you can put in a dad bod.
You don't really got the dad bod.
No, no,
I
I have
I'm
a-
losing.
I-
you
the
lost the
bod.
dad bod.
I have a theory.
I'm losing all this pretty soon. I'm gonna be totally yeah.
So there are you're saying the girls like the beard and the tattoo comp, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's all just self-selection, right? It's like
Yeah.
selection bias. Like I have a feeling that girls like my long hair, right? But a lot of girls don't.
I have this feeling.
And I just don't see them because they're not coming up to me.
facts.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
girls come up to you and say, "Hey, I love the beard,"
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
just because those are the girls that are coming up to you. Schwartz,
That's
you know,
right.
they have girls coming up and saying, "Hey, I like the earring." But it's just because the girls that don't like the
Yeah,
earring
that's
are
right.
steering
Don't come up to
clear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, no, it's actually the opposite. Girls come up to me and be like, "Hey, I don't like the earring." So I know.
Well, that means that they like the earring.
Can we? You know, the fact that he's talking about
actually
this.
the opposite.
Can I pose? Can I
Yes.
tell you this question that Tobin
Just
asked
shut
me?
the fuck up, Schwartz. No,
No.
I'm kidding. Go
We're
ahead.
hanging out at at Winston Bakery.
We've already
we
discussed
did-
this on the pub, but go ahead.
Oh, really?
My version, but go ahead.
We're in the back of the room hanging out, me, him, and Ginsburg, and we're just talking about like women. And
Who? Allen Ginsberg?
Andrew Ginsburg,
Yeah.
great guy, Village Idiots.
Yeah.
We were just talking, and Tobin just out of the blue goes, "Jared, are you considered attractive?"
Oh, I don't remember you telling me this.
Well, I told him, you'll see where it leads. You'll see where it leads. Because
And
Schwartz apparently gets a lot of girls, and I'm like, where is this coming from? It doesn't make sense to me. No offense.
I'll take it.
No offense. I'm well aware with Miller's no offense.
Yeah, it means I totally mean it.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
hope you're still cool with me.
Yeah.
And I am, because it's a great question. And I've told everyone about it.
Miller, he's just trying to feel it out. Like you're not in the lady community.
Right.
Well, with that hair he is.
yeah, maybe with that hair. You're just trying to figure out, is there some sort of
Is there something?
vibe or look you're not getting from Jared just because, you know, now as a guy, you can still tell Jared's like in a handsome trait. You can tell like he's and
You can't.
he
You gotta
gives
get
me
that.
the looks like, oh, don't go there. No, I will go there.
That's good. 'cause
No,
you're-
I can appreciate a handsome man. All right? I'm not above it.
He's
I can
got a
see it.
thinner build, good nose. Like ladies like a large nose.
Do they?
Yes, they like yeah. I don't think they like well, it just depends again, right? We're talking about like some women are gonna have a totally different preference than others.
Right.
So some are gonna be no, of course. But I think like traditionally handsome, like symmetry,
Yeah.
you know, eyes, pretty good hair, you know, like good facial structure. You can't see.
See,
Now,
I don't.
Tobin, point
that's
out.
what. That's why I'm so, like when I asked him, I was like,
Yeah.
"Am I missing something here?"
Now, Tobin, point out all my flaws.
Because no. I mean, we're all
Yeah,
we're all
let's
friends
balance
here.
this out.
We're all
Yeah,
friends
balance
here.
this out.
But I told him, I go, what would you say you are on a scale of 1 to 10?
right.
Because I told him, I was like, I think I'm a 6.4 looks wise, but complete package, I'm like a 9.6. Right? Like a 9.4, 9.6.
What is it that brings you up? Your personality?
It's a whole
The height.
laundry list of things. It's a laundry list of things.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Yeah, well, look, here we are. Miller's very in his independent pad here.
Yeah,
Right.
that brings you up a notch.
I'm financially
He's an
stable.
extremely accountable, independent kind of guy.
I have a parent's job. You know what I mean? Where like if you bring me home to your parents, they're like, "Oh, that's great."
I have a parent's job.
Jay's an accountant. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You're like you're like a temp.
No, I'm not.
What's your job?
I'm a paraprofessional.
Yeah, explain to the listeners.
I'm like a student aid for kids who have like special needs, learning disabilities.
Yeah,
Parents love
Yeah,
that.
that's solid, that's solid.
You know what it is? Maybe it's a.
Not an accountant, but yeah.
They think, hey,
Yeah.
I'm not able
It's
to.
great.
I'm not sustainable financially. Financially,
they say,
independent.
hey, that's really nice that you do that. It means they has a good heart, but
Yeah.
just don't marry my daughter.
No, they'd be fine. You were also wondering with Schwartz, I think, too. This is another thing. Samaha, you correct me if I'm wrong. We like to go to Samaha periodically for backup. You were probably wondering too, Schwartz. You have like a kind of swag a little bit that he was probably trying to like be like, is this something I'm missing? Like,
There's like, I think the
Chicks.
thing that girls like about him is the aloofness of Schwartz. He's aloof.
Aloof.
no,
I thought it'd be like I was a doof.
he's got some. He's got the kicks going. He's got the.
What's aloof?
a look going?
Like
You play the aloof. You're a little. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
aloof means like I get called aloof a lot. It's like, oh, you don't know what's going on. You're lost. You know, you're confused. You look
in your own
like
world.
Yes,
You're in your own world.
Yeah.
It's a great way to put
And
it.
there's a
Great
little
way to
bit of
put it.
confidence that comes along with being aloof.
yes,
Yeah.
because it looks
That's
like
mistaken for confidence, but really you're
That's
just
right.
aloof.
That's right.
And this, when I say aloof, it's not a loof. It's aloof.
yeah.
It's like an adjective.
Yeah, I got
not
that.
a noun.
You were like a doof.
Yes, you're not a doof. You're not a doofus.
A doof. A doof.
But so I told him, I was like, I'll be frank with you. I'm a 6.4.
Yeah.
So you're in good company here. But full package, make no mistake. I'm up there with the best of them.
Did you proceed to rank yourself though, or
I did, right?
Yeah, I think you said like a
I did.
Yeah, I think you said what? Let's
Probably in the sevens.
That's
like,
reasonable.
high 7 or low 7. What are you doing?
Mid 7. Mid 7.
You're 7.5.
Yeah, like once I move out of the house, I'll be an 8.
Oh, that's reasonable.
Yeah.
All right.
do you guys agree with that? Once you move out, become a little more attractive.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
without
I
a
think.
doubt.
Yeah, I think
Without a
moving
doubt.
out is a. But you can be saving cash at the parents' house.
Which I am.
All right.
You know, but that doesn't usually. Yeah, for certain ladies, that's not. They're not gonna. They're not gonna dig in.
You're fun.
They're not gonna dig in. But
No.
you're young. How old?
I've been 25 now for the last 2.5 months.
Yeah,
Month and a half.
Shorts is young.
Month
I
and a
mean,
half.
yeah.
So
He's
when
a
you
young
say
cat,
8,
man.
that means that if you line up 100 dudes, you're better than 20 of them. No.
No,
You're better than 80. You're better
yeah,
than 80.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say that's
Depend-
now that I say that, I'd say that's fair too. Maybe I need a I'm like a 99. I'm like a 9.9. No.
Well, all people are on.
Actually,
our
I guess
scale.
we were talking about the scale.
Of what?
How do you do your scale? Like when you rank yourself, is Cristiano Ronaldo, is Bradley Cooper, are those people? Is Beyonce on your scale?
I never really thought about scales because I'm just in my own world.
And also,
Yeah, but
you-
if you had to like say it, like, are those your one? Like, are you ranking it against like just like people you know in your life? You're like, yeah, I had to like Samaha and my extended.
Yeah, I
or
want
are
to
you
feel
going-
better about myself. So yeah, of course.
Okay,
Right? Is
so-
Ronaldo in the line of 100 people that you're
That's
lining
what-
up
or-
against?
Right. Or are you saying
No.
all people? Because I
You're
thought you
saying,
could be
like,
a
all-
7'5" with all
He's
against
saying
all
comedians.
people in the world.
All humanity.
That's what I'm thinking. All
Right.
humanity's on the scale.
And let's not forget about a lot of people get rid of like 1, 2, 3, 4. They wouldn't dare
Right.
rank someone a 1,
Yeah,
2,
yeah,
3,
they
4,
wouldn't
but
go.
it's there.
The thing about
1 to 100.
like when you start at the bottom, you can always build your way up.
Yeah.
But when you start at the top, only
right.
you can only downfall. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean? You can't go past 10.
You got to give yourself somewhere to go.
He's been reading
Is he?
a lot.
I have been reading a lot.
Oh, no way.
I've been reading a lot, dude. Yeah. Tobin just gave me
Okay.
this book to take home because I was talking too much about.
You don't need that. You could write that.
That's what I'm saying. How to talk to anyone. 92.
It's
Just start. Jared's
92 little-
first chapter would be just start.
Here, give me,
Just start, you idiot.
let me open.
Chapter 2. Introduce
Let
yourself.
me open up to a random chapter and see if you do this.
So they say there's a TikTok trend. Page 30 describes what you're going through right now. So let's
Really?
read the first line of page 30.
You might actually do this. There's just a random
Page.
The boomeranging. Just as a boomerang flies right back to the thrower, let compliments boomerang right back to the giver. Like the French, quickly murmur something that expresses that's very kind of you.
That's a good
So
one.
if someone gives you a compliment,
That's right.
you kind of give one
That's-
back, I guess.
Yeah,
I,
well,
I appreciate you doing that.
Yes. Oh, well, the only reason that I was able to do a lot of those things is because when we first hanging out, like, you're the one who taught me how to, right? Now you're complimenting that.
Oh.
Boomerang, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I think you
thanks
do
for
boomerang.
saying that, because, like, now I boomerang all the time.
Well, you know what the worst is?
'Cause I'm a
There's-
people pleaser.
But there's a boomerang that I don't like. I'm just trying to be like you, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's
Don't
no,
hit me with that
no,
bullshit.
that's-
I have a guy, I have a friend, working for late night TV, living on his own, doing pretty well. I compliment his sneakers. He's like, I'm just trying to be like you. I'm like, I live at home. Why would you want to be like me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get my dinners cooked for me and pills paid for me, but you don't want to be like this.
Yeah. Well, it's not a completely genuine compliment.
Right.
It's sort of, that sounds a little more like deflecting.
Right.
Like, I don't want to actually, because a genuine, you have to, like, receive the compliment
Mm-hmm.
and take a second and be like, okay, what do I authentically like about them?
Right.
Yeah.
You can't just spit back out like, well, I'm just trying to be like
Don't
you, man. You're the
don't,
man.
Right. Don't humble yourself at the expense of my feelings. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's nice. Do we have to clip it?
This-
No, are we going-
What happened? I thought you had a paddle. You
We're
didn't bring the
doing,
paddle out?
Yeah, the paddle.
the clip got even better. Look at that. Where's the clip? Where's the styrofoam?
Joe List. And,
Oh, that's hilarious. Clip it.
Clip it.
Joe List had a funny clip where he's on a podcast with Bobby Kelly. He goes, I feel like all these clips are just people going wild. He goes, why don't we just make up some stuff and clip it and us going wild? So Joe List goes, and then she went down the stairs and went, oh my God. And then they all start doing fake laughing. And then the other guy goes, and then the car crashed and we were like, wah! And they just like make up fake clips.
That's
and
the clip
throw it
right
up.
there.
It's
And
so
then we
funny.
clipped it and we were like, oh my gosh, that's the clip.
Here's another technique. I
love
wonder
that.
whether Schwartz does this. This is a wild one. Technique number 72: rubberneck the room. When you arrive at the gathering, stop dramatically in the doorway.
This sounds like you.
Then slowly survey the situation. Let your eyes travel back and forth like a SWAT team ready in a heartbeat to wipe out anything that moves.
What the fuck? I don't know if I want to read this book
Dude, a
anymore.
good rubberneck?
Bro, how to talk to anyone
Survey.
and then get punched. Why are you
I believe I do that. And people are like, why are you doing this? They like, stop looking at me.
Get out of the doorway.
I'm trying to get it.
Other people are behind you.
Wait, will you does that sound like like I guess that is what you survey their room? Is that what that's saying?
Like swingers.
Yeah, right? You do that?
Swingers, right? When they go into the party, they all
am I gonna
walk in.
fuck?
They stop at the
Right.
door. They do a 1-2, and then they move to where they want to go.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah?
Stop. You know what I like about that?
I do that. I definitely do that.
I'll tell you what I like to do is stop dramatically in the doorway. I'll tell you that right
Stop
now.
all entrance.
I like that. That's nice. Don't go. I never like just walk into a room and go sit.
We're not sprinting.
You've already
Right.
fucked up.
Right.
You gotta, cause first of all, you gotta open the door. Take a second as you come in the door.
Right.
Right.
Well, we were talking about that party that I went to, right? And I
Yeah.
hated the fact that when I walked into the party, my friends were right by the door. I'm
Oh,
like, now
yeah.
there's no next move. I'm just sitting at the door.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta survey the room, see where to
The
go.
rubberneck, man.
Yeah, you do that. You do a little survey.
Yeah.
Schwartz.
Yeah, without a doubt. See who can help me and who can I go up to.
Yeah, give me a couple. Do any pop into your head that you'd go? A couple tips if you were writing how to talk.
If I were to write this.
You do have skills in this regard, in a very good way.
I'm gonna start rubbernecking my stand-up set when I go up on stage. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah.
No,
this would
I
be
have to
helpful for people. I think.
on how to talk to anyone.
How would you? Yeah. How like if you had a couple chapters in there or any little tips that pop into your head.
What's the first thing you do when you meet someone? Because I know the first thing you do is.
Is that right?
But I'd like to. I guess we could go to you too. If nothing pops into your head. See, that's how good he is. That you just don't even. It's like just do it. Just fucking talk. Is that like what you're thinking?
Yeah,
Or does
yeah.
anything ever pop in your head
You know,
like, I should go talk to this guy? Or do you ever write shit down? Or you're like try to be more proactive? Do you ever think about stuff like that?
No.
Some younger
That's so
person,
interesting.
some younger person goes, I really like you're the best at X, Y. Like, do you have any tips for me when I go to like parties
Right.
or comedy show? Like, what should I do?
Wow.
We've stumped the Schwartz. I've
Yeah,
I've never.
No, because there's just so many running through where I'm just like, I just go up to the person
Well,
who
capture one
might
and
look the
say it.
loneliest. You know,
Yeah.
like when I see a kid sitting at a lunch table by himself, like I'll be like, hey man, is everything all right?
Oh, that's interesting.
You know,
right.
ask about their day,
Right, that's a good one.
find about.
No, that's a good. I bet that's in here.
Yeah,
Ask
of
about
course.
their day.
Probably is.
Of course.
Yeah, you say what's up to someone that's like kind of seems like, oh, maybe they need someone to say hi.
Right.
Yeah, that for sure.
Everybody wants to talk about
Yeah.
themselves.
That's a good one.
You know what I mean? A good one that I found from another article I was reading, where it's
Yeah.
like, this has to do with like going up to women, where like, go up with the mindset of I hope I like them.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you know you like yourself. You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
you're gonna be liked, but go up with the mindset of I hope I like them. Because
There's
then
okay,
that
so
gives
there's
you the
a
confidence.
lens in. That's a really good lens into your psychology, because that's like a very helpful. Because I feel like you operate that way generally.
Yeah.
If you meet someone, you're sort of like your belief in yourself is quite
Right.
unfazable or tested.
Yeah.
We used to joke about this. Like I would say, "Oh, Jared has no shame," but really, like it's like it's more of like a, "Oh, there's an unwavering belief."
Yeah. I have
In
been
my
working
own-
on my humility.
Yeah.
That is something I've really been working on. I have been keeping to myself a lot more lately.
Yeah, but you're not yeah, people give you that. You're not arrogant like that.
That's the thing. I think those people
You're
who
just
say that
more
don't
like-
really know me.
right.
You know,
That's the
right.
aloofness that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It might come off as arrogant, but really it's just
Right.
aloofness.
Yeah,
Right,
I've been
right.
called. Me and Pat had this funny situation the other day. Remember when we were in front of Joey Rose's?
Clips.
When we were in front of Joey Rose's, and this lady called me like very abrasive, but like unintentionally,
Right.
because she works at Rockwood Music Hall, and I was throwing a show there for a few months.
Yeah.
And one day I was at the stand, and the owner
Yeah.
of the stand, he comes up to me. He goes, people over at Rockwood tell me you're a terrorist. I was like, and I thought he was just saying that because I also throw a show at the stand, so I think he's trying to like create like some sort of narrative for Rockwood and like get me to like be scared of them or like get
Right.
away from there, so keep business with them. But
Like
then
fucking with you a little bit. Yeah.
right, fucking with me, which is
Oh, he works with Rockwood?
come to find out, me and him are in front of Joey Rose's hanging out, and this woman comes out. I introduce myself, and she's like, "Oh, you throw a show at Rockwood, right?"
Yeah.
She's like, "I work there." I was like, "Oh, that's great." I was like, my friend Paul said, "You guys called me a terrorist?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, yeah, we did, but like, not you. Like you're just like abrasive,
Oh.
but like unintentionally. Like you don't mean it, you know. We understand that because like you don't really."
Wow, that's a jump though.
Well,
To go to terrorists, from like,
specifically the way he came off.
you're a bit of a pest.
That's the word they use amongst their
That's
in their
there's the silver lining. Don't talk negatively about other people behind their back.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. That one's
even
important.
you know, because she obviously
right.
was caught in a sandwich right there. No
Mm-hmm.
pun intended with Joni Rose's great sandwich shop.
Yeah. And then, but you're good too because you probably like you don't seem like you take. Do you take stuff like that once in a while personally, or you just like
No,
fuck it?
no, that's as
See,
of
that's
recently.
another-
As of recently, yeah. I of course I've taken things
Yeah.
personally in the future, in the past. I hope not in the future. That's what I'm working on.
Yeah.
For the future, I'm not. I actually read the book, The Four Agreements.
Oh, that's a great book.
Great book.
Yeah. What are you reading? Is that like one of the?
I've been reading like this type of stuff.
Yeah.
I've been reading like psychological and like self-help type of books.
Oh, those are my favorite.
The first book I ever read in my adulthood was The Power of the Subconscious Mind.
Ooh.
You read that one? You know about it?
And I love that you. That's just like right up my alley.
And I think it was great that I think it just meant a lot. Like it was the silver lining of me
Yeah.
like reading that that was the first book. I just went to the store. I told my parents we were coming home from lunch on Sunday. I was like, hey, drop me off at the bookstore.
Yeah.
I just went to the bookstore with like the intention of
so
finding
funny.
something
Right.
to help with me. I was just down bad, and I was like, let me just
Right.
find something. And that book just spoke to me. I just grabbed
Yeah.
it, read the preface, and I was like, all right, let's buy this.
That's fucking awesome, man. Good
and
for you.
then Cypher Sound recommended The Four Agreements, and that book was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's another great.
Don't
that's a
take
spiritual
things
one.
personally.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
what I've been working on.
Right.
That's something I don't do too much.
That's good though, because you don't seem like you do, but you're human, so everyone does. We all
course.
do, right?
Of course.
But yeah, that's great, and that I think taking that belief in yourself that's a good like. Oh, will this person, whoever I'm talking to, will they like me? Just takes the onus off of how are you like how are you performing? It's irrelevant,
Right.
right? You're saying it like it's like.
Well, I like them. Well, I like them.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
right.
I like them. Right. I say, well, they like me.
Right. See,
It shows me right.
unconsciously you said that.
Yes, absolutely. Because I get very concerned about how people think about me. I have to very much think. Miller's just spacing
What?
out.
Does that mean wake up? What does that ball mean?
I don't know. I mean, we're interviewing Schwartz. I don't know. What do you want me to do?
He's our guest.
I'm letting you
He's
know.
like, oh, I guess Schwartz is here. See, like, I'm
I have
not taking it
nothing to
personally.
say.
I'm not taking it personally that
Yeah,
he's fucking
yeah,
treating
yeah.
me like this. You know?
You don't have anything to ask him.
I have
let's
nothing
interview
to ask
you.
him. This isn't an interview pod. We've never been an interview pod.
It did get deeper a second. We were just talking
Yeah,
about
like
the
this is a comedy pod. And
Yeah,
Schwartz
well-
comes in and talks about it, you know, like
I'm talking,
talks
you got
about
any books to
himself
recommend?
again
You
for
got any
20
books to
minutes.
recommend, Hardy?
You know I do. But I'm not going to derail us anymore.
No, continue. It's
No,
already
no.
everyone's tuned out already. It's
No,
fine.
that. Well, everyone tuned out.
No,
after the
I'm
first
on the
4.
pod. They're still listening. But the thing is, you know, however big the book is, you gotta let me know how big the book is and how large the font is.
Oh, because you don't like to read.
Nah,
Yeah,
I do like. I just finished a really big book, 430 pages,
Yeah.
like 10 font.
Which one was that?
The laws,
The what?
all about the laws.
The Laws of Human Nature? Robert Greene?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The
He's
Laws
really-
of Power.
Yeah, that's that
Yeah.
guy. Mastery is my favorite book of his. Should read Mastery.
That tells you how to like talk to anyone in that one too.
Yeah, those are another great one. Well, you should. How to
this-
talk to anyone. You did you learn anything from this, Miller? This How to Talk to Anyone book?
Yeah, I learned a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been talking to me a lot more.
apparently not.
He's only 20 pages in.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
Yeah. Except Schwartz. How to talk to anyone except Schwartz.
Tobin, if you had to give a rule, if you had to give a tip,
Yeah, right.
Tobin's like,
What
oh,
did you get into today?
Yeah, what is your tip?
what? That's your
You got
tip?
any stories?
What did I do today?
Yeah, I want to get off this self-help shit.
This weekend, this weekend's been before this, I dropped off a gift to someone for a surprise.
Really?
Yeah, should I send her a text too, or should I wait for
What
her
was
to
the
text?
gift? And what's
so
the
yes,
context of this girl? Is it a romantic relationship or is it?
It's a relationship for the last month. It's a friendship relationship.
Oh, really? Wow.
For the last month and a half. It's been it's been fun, but I've also been playing
What
the
do you mean
field.
friendship relationship?
It's just been, I don't know. I
hooking up
don't
with her?
I don't put labels so hard. Like it's a friend. I look at everything as a friendship.
Wasn't this kind of like one of the issues in your last thing?
Is that right? I don't know. We didn't put the episode out, so we don't know. And that's on me.
Right though, because then you know
Yeah.
one of you ends up feeling.
That's
more,
what happened. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now you're
and-
dropping off gifts, but you're saying it's just a friendship. She might think otherwise.
Yeah.
Is this a different person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been playing the field. And then she found that out. And that's upsetting.
Right.
That did not make her happy.
This new one.
Yeah. Let's call her Eileen.
Where did you come up with
Eileen.
that one?
Tobin met
Was
her.
that too? Was that
Yeah?
too?
Yeah.
Was this the one that you met at a baby shower?
No.
Did I meet? Oh, all right. Yeah. Was that a little too aggressive to shoot down what the podcast was? What was happening with the podcast?
No.
Well, too late now.
Huh?
No, you could have spoke
Was
about
that
it.
out of line?
No, you could have spoken
No,
about
no,
it.
no.
About
You're
me
all
being a
good.
fucking pussy
So-
and not letting you guys put it out. when I asked to record. I was just, bro, you know
I
what?
think it goes out abruptly after.
A bonus episode?
Like we put out 2.
A bonus episode?
Oh yeah, that episode's there though. I mean, that episode remains.
We
ready
just
to
have to
go.
sit it. We just have to hit a button. It's out.
The thing is, yeah.
It's out for good.
Yeah.
I was just in my feelings at that time, and I wasn't in control of
Oh,
my
I remember.
emotions. Yeah.
Yeah. But that
And
was all good.
That's
It
what
was
the
all
reading has
gravy.
been with. That's what the readings helped with a lot.
was
Is
all
like
gravy.
understanding and controlling my emotions,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
not
yeah.
letting my emotions control me.
What about behaving differently, as well, instead of just mental? Because if you go down the same route with this other girl, where it's a friendship relationship, it could turn messy. The clip, speak up if you want to say
I
something.
mean, clip it, Tobin. I mean, that's it.
Huh?
You're right. You're absolutely right. Because you could change like what you want to do. But you have to change your behavior and your habits. And,
Yeah.
And then you'll get the result.
I'm reading Atomic Habits right now.
Like you can't have a bunch of actions
didn't-
and then
he didn't
just
get to
the
the habits part.
filter, like you change the filter of like all the actions are coming in.
Well, but do we
and
have
the filter goes into your head. You can't just change the filter
Well, he
and
just
then be
started
like,
reading.
all of my actions are good now because I put on this new filter.
I see what you're saying. It's like the same photo, just a different filter. It's not going to work.
That's what I think. Hardy might think differently.
Well, no.
Hardy's the Schwami.
If you want to change your behavior, it helps to change your mindset.
Right.
Changing your behavior is still something that has to change, but you're more likely to change your behavior if your mindset's different.
Because I felt
Like you do have to change both though. Like, well, but we don't know though if you're like, are you like being more up? Like we don't know. Maybe you have. Have you been more upfront, or are you? Doing
I think I was too upfront in the first one. Now I've been a little bit more.
Now he's a little on the
Okay.
back burner.
This is
Little
different.
schemer.
So you okay?
Yeah.
Well, the question.
This is like backward. Like
No,
it is backwards of what most people do.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
more honest. It's radical honesty.
No, now it's not radical honesty.
Now
right?
it's not. What I'm saying is more people go more honest as time goes on.
Right,
Because
but
you're giving perfect information to the other
he
person.
may be finding, and you could, tell me if I'm wrong, Patty Clips. You could back me up on this. You may be finding that it's better if you don't go. Like it's not necessary to go into all this with the person yet.
Right.
It may just be chill to hook up. You can have casual things,
Right.
but it's just like. It depends. Like, there's a lot of context. Like, did you meet this person on Hinge? And are they, do they have a dating profile? And they talk about what they want in guys. And then you've been going on date. Because those people are looking for people to date.
Right.
So, but if you met someone in Vegas or at a show and like you like are doing, or you're doing hookups and you're like, it's like kind of straight. You could be kind of straight for a while. But then you're going to hit that awkward moment.
That's what we hit.
Right? And then just like, what is like, and you're
Right.
like, okay, now it's different because now you're on notice now. The
Yeah.
person probably doesn't want to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So that, the question of like what needs to get said when is great.
It's tricky.
Yes.
It's gray.
That's
Very
right.
gray.
Right, that's right. And if you came up front immediately and you were like, hey, you know, I want this, you might push people away.
Yeah,
But in the end, when you do want to find someone, that's the best thing you could possibly do.
But I think even saying that, you have to. The other person has to be radically honest
Right.
too to say this doesn't work with me,
Otherwise,
for
right.
me anymore. Because they might say at first, like, "Yeah, I've heard that. I've
Yeah.
heard that before."
Or it's all good.
We're gonna
and
go,
they're
yeah,
lying.
we're all good. And then a month
Yeah.
later, they're like, "No, but I actually like you now, and I don't."
Right.
You know,
Right. Because
so you have to continuously revisit.
That's
yeah,
right.
things change.
That's
yeah.
right. Miller
But
understands this quite. You could actually talk. I feel like you're pretty good with boundaries.
everything. Yeah.
Boundary.
I'm not great with Like I'm more.
I'm a
Anytime
9.7.
I've done with this, I've got myself into trouble. That's
With
all that
boundary
happens.
when you set boundaries.
I just get into with like this kind of like with this kind of thing. Like what are like relationship dating? Like oftentimes I found myself in a situation where I was just like, "Oops, I have to say something now."
right.
Or I'll, you know, and that's just life a little bit, right? Because that's what communication's about. Like it's difficult.
Yeah, and I'm learning to tell the truth.
So what'd
when
you
I
tell
need-
this girl?
What did I tell this girl?
Yeah. So she says, "I don't like how you're hooking up with other people." What'd you say?
I said,
I'm sorry you feel
my
that
heart,
way."
my heart is big enough to have feelings for multiple people.
Is that what you said?
That's what I said. Yeah.
That's-
Okay, so that's not bad. That's not dishonest, right?
But it's not dishonest at all. But it's tough for her. Because the thing is, but this is, you know what this is something I'm realizing,
yeah.
which is also something from the last book I just read,
Yeah.
that I probably should stay away from it. And that's why I've been focusing on a lot of self-discipline, which
Yeah.
I tend to not be great at, where it seems like this is a pattern from my last relationship.
Right.
And
right.
I
It's
was
always a
in
pattern,
I
yeah.
was in her shoes that she's in now, where the
Right.
person I was seeing was doing this with
Right.
other people, even
Right.
though she really wasn't. She was saying she was, but she wanted to play the field.
Right.
And I was like, I'm not, you know, like, this is cool. Like I couldn't fathom at first, like, seeing multiple people at once, or like being
Right.
totally or having feelings for other people at once, until I'm now in that situation. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like, yeah, it's possible. You know,
Right.
This girl that, you know,
That
I
happens
just
all the time,
dropped the
though,
gift
yeah.
off, where it was like, she was asking the same questions I was asking. Where it was like,
Right.
are you doing this with them? Are you also doing this with them? Are you know? And it's like, it's tough to understand, but it's also like, this world is so big where it's like, we can't just be attached to that one person.
Do you think
know
you're
what I mean?
polyamorous? Like, for sure? Would you put?
Do I think I'm polyamorous for
Would
sure?
you put a label on it?
If I had to put a label on it, I'd say so at this
You
moment.
think so?
In this
Interesting.
moment in time right now, yeah. Especially with the lifestyle I live, when, you know,
Yeah.
I'm an attractive guy
Well, you could also.
doing comedy in New York City, and, you know, girls tend to come up to me after shows. You know, I don't chase. I'm letting life come to me.
Yeah.
You go up to girls at shows. Don't give me that bullshit.
Tobin knows.
I know what you fucking do, dude.
I say, hey, follow me and come to my show.
Yeah, dude, like, don't pull that bullshit
great-
where
oh,
like
great
where
back-
like I let life
There's
come
a
to me.
tip.
I let life
know-
come to me, and all these girls are coming up to me. No, I see you fucking hawk them after every show, dude. You can't pull that shit,
Oh, no.
right?
The
Clips?
handshake.
Yeah,
The handshake?
don't
Yeah.
pull that bullshit
Oh,
here.
here's a tip.
That's what I was gonna
Here's a
say,
tip.
the
Always
first
promote
initial.
your show.
Yeah, he goes follow me on Instagram, and then they follow him, and then he follows back, and then they start
And then I DM
DMing.
him.
Yeah, so
And then I
don't tell
DM
me-
him, let him
Yeah.
know I
Don't
got a
tell
show.
me that you're swatting away people, dude.
I let them know I got to show them,
Fucking
and they think it's
Schwartz,
personal
dude.
for them.
Schwartz comes over here, hijacks the whole fucking pod, comes here unannounced, hijacks pod, and starts saying that all these girls are coming up to him. Bullshit.
What is
Well,
it,
I didn't
Pat?
go up to any
Clip
girl.
it.
I did. I did baby shower. I did baby shower. We actually, you know what the funniest part about this is? At the day we did baby shower, I stuck around thinking like maybe people would come up to us after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You stick around. You wait to get some followers. That's
Yeah,
what you
I
do.
stuck around.
And nobody came up to us to show. And Tom's like, "All right, let's get out of here. Nobody's coming." And that night, I got a DM at 3 a.m. from a girl saying, "Hey, you did pretty good tonight at baby shower. You weren't that bad."
Oh, really? You did?
Yeah, that's what she
Yeah.
said.
DMing. That's the world now. DMing.
I don't do it. I don't do it.
Yeah, you do.
I don't slide
love
into
it.
girls' DMs to do
don't-
anything but promote my show.
Yeah.
And if unless it's a girl I'm maybe seeing, I'll slide and be like, "You're
That's
hot."
such horseshit.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they know.
I don't slide
a
into
lot
it.
of times in their mind. That's kind of like that's sliding into their DMs. Is promote.
I'll only
is
slide into a
promoting the
DM
show.
who a girl I've been previously talking to like keep the line going.
Got it. So is that a DM slide? That's
No.
not a DM slide.
promoting promoting after if you've met a girl, and then they follow you, and then you send them a DM saying, "Hey, come to my show."
Yeah.
In like
In their head.
they're like,
The
this
personal
is a
invite.
guy that wants to hang out. Like he wants to hang out again.
You know, it's so funny you say
There's
that.
a mix there. Yeah. There's
Should I
a
tell
mix
that
there.
In
'Cause
our
he's
head, it's
promoting
not
the show.
necessarily. In our
Yeah.
head, it's not necessarily like
Yeah.
what it is, but that's
Yeah,
what
we
it
know.
is.
Yeah.
No,
It-
don't
it's,
tell the story. It sounds like fucking. It's gonna be bad.
It's that story about the girl DM. The girl posted the video of me.
Yeah, tell it.
So this has to
Do
do
you
with
have to
that.
get permission pre-story? I love this.
I was thinking it.
It's like a clearance. He's like a publicist.
I'm a second thought.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell it.
So there's this girl who met whatever, and we've hung out once or twice at a bar. Not really dates or anything like that. Nothing crazy. We hooked up,
Yeah.
and so now I hit her up to come to a show. I'm like, hey, come to a show.
Yeah.
And one day, the other day, she posts a screenshot on Instagram of TikTok comments from a TikTok she put up. And the
Okay.
TikToks, the comments like made it seem like, oh, like one of them was like, you should go with both, or like neither of them, go with the third guy, or somebody was like, nobody gives a fuck. And so I was like, all right, this is like makes me curious about this TikTok. Let me go find the TikTok. I go find the TikTok. It's this girl going. So I'm seeing these two guys.
Oh my gosh.
I like both of them. They're both in different industries. One's a comedian. One's a musician. And the
industries.
comedian invited me to his comedy show, and I didn't go to the last one, so I feel bad. And the musician
Wow.
invited me to his release party today. So, neither of them have made me come. So they're really
That's
on the
what
same. They're on the same playing field.
Oh my
And I'm just curious what I should do. I mean, I live for the drama, but just let me know what you guys think. And I commented,
You did.
and I go, release party. You should go there.
Is that the musicians? Yeah.
I mean, mine's just a comedy show, and she took it like as if I invited her, personally,
Yes,
because I reached out.
obviously.
No, he really believes he didn't like intentionally invite her to like romantically do anything with her. He wanted to invite her to his comedy show.
That's it. Yeah, of course.
I understand.
I send out thousands of DMs a day,
I am.
and I learned it. And I
am
learned that from you.
I am fully aware. But when if you meet a girl and you say, "Come to my comedy show," they don't see it as like this guy's trying to fill seats.
Yeah.
They don't know that
Yeah,
comedy
yeah,
shows are like scarcely attended.
They don't know his style either. You're
Right.
Do you know what I mean? They
You
say,
promote-
"Oh, this
yeah.
guy's inviting me to an event." What if you didn't say comedy show? What if you said come to whatever? It's the same thing. You were inviting them to spend time with them.
Yeah, when they
Yeah.
find out, when they know he's a comedian, though, they gotta know there's a percentage of this that might not be romantic.
Yeah.
That's
No,
on the
they-
girl.
no,
Yeah, they do.
no.
That's almost
Yeah.
like misogyny.
All
That's like a
comedians,
guy.
all comedians think that like everyone else is aware of what actually is comedy. They
Yeah,
don't
but-
know about open. They don't
They don't
know
know
about
about
all
shit.
this like bullshit.
No, for
that
sure.
comedians,
With-
like
for
the
sure, for
non-romantic
sure.
part of it.
That's an agreement.
sure,
That's
bro,
an
but if-
agreement. Don't make assumptions.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If someone comes up to you and is like, "Hey, they're a musician," and they're like, "Yeah, you should come to one of my shows," I go, if it's a girl, I go, "Okay, maybe she's into me, maybe not." You still have to keep open the possibility that they're running a business, like that.
That's their business.
Yeah,
But they don't
like they
think
might just
that-
want me to fucking show up. That would be like someone could invite you on a date and not be totally romantically interested in you. They could be figuring the fuck out if
Right.
they're into you.
That's what I've
That's
been
a
doing.
date, and there's 10, 15% of like, hey, go fuck
Yeah.
yourself.
See,
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, 100. Now it's.
yeah. Yeah.
He goes, yeah, clip it.
I'm wearing.
Now, with Jared, you're probably they got the earring in, the chain. He's doing the thing. They're going, okay, this guy might. They're projecting on him. Oh, he's probably wants to hook up with me, right? Maybe. Again, depends on like the vibe he's sending out, right?
Being coy. Learn how to be coy.
Right. Like, what is he doing? You know, so there's probably, but clearly, in this instance, the woman thought you were asking her out.
In a lot of instances.
Yeah, and I would say probably a
The
lot
most.
of them.
Here.
Most is fair. I would
So
say
if we're doing
most is-
probabilities, then we can say that
I'd say
that's what girls think.
How often?
Or guys.
60, 70% of the time. I
If a
wouldn't go
girl-
higher than that. I wouldn't go higher than that.
If I was a guy and a girl comedian, I met her,
Yeah.
and she says, "Come to my comedy show."
Right. What
I
do you
think they're romantically attracted to me.
Wow.
I don't
Already.
think they're inviting it. They
Yeah.
go, "I want to spend more time with you."
Yeah, I think you think there's no chance that they're not romantically interested in you.
I think their interest, like, this baffles me how you don't understand that, like, if someone invites you, they're taking time out of their schedule
He's
to
aloof.
invite me.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
girl
I'm pretty
comedian,
aloof.
I'm not in comedy. I'm not in comedy.
Yeah.
A girl comedian says, "Hey, come to my show." What if a musician,
That's what I just said.
like a cellist? You meet a cellist, and she's like, "Hey, I would love for you to come to my cello
I
show."
just said I would go, "Oh, I wonder, I think she's probably into me."
Right,
I think she's
Right.
probably into me.
right.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all
Right,
I'm
you
saying.
don't
I
know.
don't
You don't know.
because I'm paying.
But
I'm
you
going to a
think.
fucking show. Like I don't know. Like like hey, like
But you're not going to.
hey,
just
you should
a
come to my
show.
restaurant. I'm a chef. I'll cook for you.
You're not going.
Well,
to
I'm
just
still
a
paying
show.
for dinner. You know what I
You're
mean?
not going
Like
to just a show. You're going to a show that you've been
Whoa,
invited
whoa,
to
whoa.
by the musician.
okay, because we just said it was hey, come to my show. He didn't say in
Yeah,
a
what I'm
movie.
s-
He
what
didn't
I'm-
say in dinner.
No, what I'm saying is, like,
Yeah.
if the person perform, it's not like come to a show. You're coming to their show.
Yeah.
They want you to be there. They've acknowledged that, right?
Their show. Okay, this
They
is
want
different.
you
I-
specifically to come to
He
their
said
show.
come to us show.
I said come to my show.
Okay, my show.
Either
All right,
one,
well,
one
this
that
is the
he-
lawyer getting down here.
A one
These
that
are
he's
different.
performing on. It doesn't
Right, because I
necessarily
think
mean
if I'm inviting her to a show I'm performing on, that's a little bit more intimate.
You think that's more intimate?
Which
I
is
don't-
now what I'm thinking I did the other day, but I wasn't going to be on the show. I was like, let's just go hang out at a show. We were on a date.
Oh,
this
okay.
girl
That's
and
what
I.
you're saying. Because you don't think there's a difference there, my show and us show.
I
they
think there's a
don't know
difference. I
whether
think
it's
there's a difference.
then
In
you
our
have
heads-
to say
in our heads there is.
then you have to go the further step and you go, I produce a show and I'm trying to fill seats.
Oh,
Will
think
you want to
just
come
said-
to the show?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't.
Mike Samaha.
No, you're not wrong, but I want to know.
Okay.
So-
Wow. Samaha, you're on. You think no matter what, if someone invites you,
I'm not saying no
That's
matter
what goes
I'm
on
s-
in your head.
I'm saying there's a large chance. But
Yes,
now,
okay. Oh, absolutely.
But now let's say, all right, you are romantically interested in them. Is it wrong for you to ask them to come to your show
No.
just to get bus and seats, maybe?
No, of course not.
Okay, so
But this is also the thing
either,
where.
either way, what makes
I
it
also-
what makes it wrong?
Yeah. Either
no,
way,
there's
what makes
nothing
it-
wrong. There's nothing wrong. It's just the question of whether or not it means
Go on.
someone's
no,
romantic.
no. Everyone should. What you're saying is that it's ridiculous for the person to assume that the other person's like you're saying that the girl getting invited to Schwartz's show, it's kind of ridiculous for her to assume that Schwartz might be interested in her.
I think an assumption makes an ass out of you and me. Assumptions in
yes.
and of themselves are not great. Yes, I think the probability's there, but you're
I wanna
it's
say-
the
I wanna
word
say
is
two
it's in
things.
the word.
I
You're
wanna say two things.
assuming. You don't actually know. Of course, he's
I
there.
want to
But
say
we
two
could
things.
go. We
I
could go
wanna say
20.
two things.
We could
But
go
it's
20. Shut the fuck up, Schwartz.
Clip it.
That one's gonna go viral.
Come on, look at that, people.
But it's assuming also
Shut
taking
the
hints.
fuck up, Schwartz.
Clip it.
Shut up.
Everyone's gonna
If we're
retweet
talking
this
about
one.
assumptions,
Clip this. Shut the fuck.
read the book.
Anyone?
It doesn't say how not to talk.
Yeah. What would it say in there? It would say don't
Don't be
ask
Jared
for-
Schwartz.
Don't be Jared Schwartz.
That's why I'm working on therapy.
Yeah.
you could assume if we start doing all these assumptions, you could distill that down to everything, and then your life is just meaning. Like we could go down this
Right.
whole Zen, like no
Right.
assumptions thing, and
Well,
say
well,
now
don't
nothing,
say-
Right.
and now
No,
nothing
I
means
like what
anything.
he's saying.
Now nothing means anything. He DM'd me on Instagram. All right, it's just a message on a platform.
Take it for what it is.
All right, I'm reading the words. I'm gonna take each individual word and
It's
take
fu-
the definition of each individual word. Like Yes.
For sure.
You also have to assume that the person sending it is also like doing something. There's assumptions. If you don't live with assumptions,
Or
then there's
taking
nothing.
hints. Taking hints.
Well, no, I just think it's funny how you deconstructed the way in which you could fully live in the present right now.
You got a cramp.
You just did it.
So I have
But you
two
did it
things.
ironically, which is funny. Yes, that is how you could live your life. You
Yes.
don't need to make assumptions about things, and then actually your life's much easier.
But the majority
better.
of people work with assumptions.
sure,
right?
but living by
So
them.
you can't just put your aloofness on being like, I can't believe this. But no, people operate with assumptions.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of other people's assumptions too.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, aware is a good word. You can be aware of them.
Well, you can be. Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Well, that's
But
the thing where it's like the questioning of like, is assumptions the same thing as taking a hint? Because by me reaching out, are you getting a hint that I want you to romantically
Look,
for you coming?
there's a
to my
lot of
place?
things that are unsaid in human civilization. If you don't,
I also heard
if you don't have any, if you don't operate with the unsaid things of society, then what are you? You're just like a you're just like a dog.
No, you would be someone without assumptions lead to expectations.
Yes.
So you
And
would
that's
be
what went
someone
wrong with
without
this.
a lot of unhealthy attachments and expectations to things.
Yes.
That's what you would be. You don't. You can be aware of assumptions and understand that those are you're making a leap.
Mm-hmm.
You're mind reading. Okay, generally speaking, this is what this would mean.
Yes,
That's
But,
what we do as human
but
nature, right?
if I'm in, let's say you were in a war where there's like something very important that relies on the fact that you just don't assume
right.
all the time that everything
Right.
means something. Then you have to be someone that's operating off of I'm not behaving based on my assumptions. I'm aware of assumptions, but I'm aware
Right.
that they're not the truth.
Right.
Yes, that's how you have to be.
So let's go back to the original thing. Schwartz invites a girl to a comedy show, right?
Right.
Schwartz, who knows what his motives are? It might be romantic. It might just be he wants to fill seats.
Right.
So it's
The girl.
It was to fill seats, he said.
What I'm saying is,
Right.
I think the majority of girls. You guys have said you agree with me. The majority of girls would take that and say, I think there's actually kind of a good chance that he might be romantically interested.
I don't know the exact number, right?
Majority.
So
It's
I
above
don't.
51%.
Do you know that? No, you're guessing, but probably. We don't know that.
Now listen.
We could do a test. We could do a test.
Listen to this.
It's not wrong for that girl to show up to the comedy show and say, "Oh, this guy might want to be romantically
Sure.
involved with me." It's also
Sure.
not wrong for Schwartz to like invite her and not want to be romantically involved. And it's okay for the girl to be a little upset that Schwartz just wanted to fill a seat. You know what I mean? It's all fine.
Sure.
It's what eventually gets played out.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is most girls read that and they say, I think he's probably interested in me.
Yeah. I'm just, the other aspect of it is if they show up and they're annoyed, that's because
Yes.
that's on them
Assumed.
for
Yes.
the
They
set
exception, for
expectations.
the expectation they created
Right.
around someone,
Right.
And that's all I'm saying, which shows you that it's not 100% that someone's interested in you if they invite you to a comedy show.
Right.
It's some.
But I think the majority of
that's all. That's where the argument
comedians
came
are a
in.
weird group of people where when we perform, we need people at the show, and it doesn't sell itself. If you're playing at the Metropolitan,
Yeah,
if you're playing
sure.
at the Met or whatever, it sells itself.
Sure.
If you're doing little bar shows, it doesn't sell itself.
No, this is like a Seinfeld episode. This shit happens all the time where like someone invites you somewhere and then you go and then the girl's boyfriend's there.
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck?
Right.
It's like, well, they're just playing with expectation. You're not supposed to have a boyfriend. Well, I didn't fucking tell you I did or I didn't, you idiot. I just asked you to come to a thing. And it's like, ha, ha, ha.
Right.
That's the world we live in, right? You had an expectation and it wasn't true. But that's the nature. Reality is not that assumptions are real. The reality is that you are making the assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that's happening.
Let me ask
They
you
don't mean
let me ask you a
what
question.
you think they mean.
Let
That's
me ask you
a
a
jump.
question.
Yes.
You meet a girl. She's a guitarist for a band, right?
Yeah.
She's a guitarist for a
She's
band.
not a cellist anymore.
Not a cellist, because
not that hot.
I've delved down the cellist. It doesn't really jive. The cello doesn't jive. You guys are talking for about 10 minutes, right?
Yep.
And then you guys leave. Then she DMs you. She goes, "Hey, I got a show
Yeah.
at Rockwood Music Hall. I'd love for you to come."
Right.
Right?
Okay. She DMs me.
Yes.
Okay.
Immediately after or the next day?
Yo, no, these are important.
You pick.
No. This is your scenario. This makes a lot of sense.
That's what I'm saying. Let's get down to the law
Because-
here.
thank
We
you.
need
We'll
the
go
facts,
down, but
Playboy.
we'll go down both avenues.
Okay.
No.
Because if it's right after, it's a little more businessy. No?
Yeah.
Yes.
If it's right after, it's a little bit more. No. No, if it's right after.
Oh,
All right, clip that.
If it's right after, it's a little bit more intimate.
You and I, we get.
If it's right after, it's a little bit more intimate.
All right, so you think it's more intimate? Okay, I see what you're saying. That's fine. There is a difference though with the when it's DM.
For sure.
That's
like,
what I'm
I
thinking.
find
after
it, no
baby
matter
shower,
what.
after baby shower, when she DMs me at 3 a.m.
Context.
Okay, 3M's a yeah.
All
So,
right, so let's
she
go
goes,
back.
"Hey, it was nice meeting you. I got
This
a
is
show.
important. I got a show. Okay.
I got a show at Rockwood Music Hall. I would love
Then
for you
what?
to come."
That's how she says it. I would love for you to come.
Yeah.
I mean,
love.
there's not a lot there though. They're just so.
I'm assuming. I'm making
I
assumptions.
can't
There's
believe
not a lot
I
there.
can't believe that you would look at me and not say that I think this girl's a little interested in me.
I would say that. So let's break that down. I think. What does think mean? Think means you're guessing about the state of reality.
Right?
I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Right,
That's all
right.
right. Yes.
All right.
I think she could be interested in me. Yes. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Now I don't. Now I would come in here
And
and,
you're
I would
Mr.
go.
Zen.
No, because again, I know I'm thinking it. I would come in here going, well, it's not for certain. She just said this, and then we could have a debate over whether or not
Right.
we
And if
think.
you liked her and she wasn't into and she didn't see it that way, you can't tell me that part of you, a little bit of you, would be a little bummed. You'd be like, I was actually kind of into this girl, and I wish she actually invited me.
I mean,
to come.
dude, this comes up a lot more, than you might think. Like getting invited to stuff, it's not a real thing. Getting booked and finding out because you were good look, like all weird shit people do. And I'm just like, what? Like it's like kind of what?
I had this situation happen to me where
That doesn't happen to you all the time, or what you
I don't
thought.
get invited to anything.
he does.
You're
He's
telling me
telling
that
me to hit him up.
you're
He's
gonna
telling
look
me to
at
hit
me
him
with
up.
a
Come
straight
out.
face
We
and
gotta go
say
out.
that.
We should all go out.
Yeah, we're all going out.
Even though you're fucking sober. That's
Yeah, we're all
still
going
fun.
out.
I don't drink. I drink it a little bit.
Yeah, I'll fucking have some seltzers. We're all going out. You're gonna tell me that constantly your assumptions are not being broken and challenged.
They are.
Exactly. That's what that. So what are you saying to me? How could you not? That what's happening to all of us all the time.
Yeah.
What you
Today
were
I
saying,
came to the podcast
Expecting-
and Jared was in the bathroom. There was no.
Well, you were
I
saying-
had made the assumption he would not be in there, and then it fucking really freaked me out. And by the way, my assumption was really correct. When was the last time Jared was in the fucking shitter in your apartment before a podcast? There should have been zero chance.
No, your assumption was wrong. That
Yes.
nobody was going to be in there.
Yeah.
You said it was correct.
My assumption, though, what I'm saying is if there's ever assumption that you can be like, bring to the bank, it's that Jared's not going to be on the toilet when you go to the bathroom.
It's a great assumption. So listen to this. I go out with. Really, Tobin?
Tobin's over it. So anyway.
Because I go out with this girl on a first date, and on the first date, like we're just out at the bar, we're meeting people,
Yeah.
and
Is this the girl that did the TikTok?
no,
Oh, okay.
no.
That's insane.
This is the
Who
girl from
that,
Baby
by the
Shower.
way?
This is the girl
Is
from-
that-
Samaha says that we got to wrap up.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we
The wrap up, police.
no, we pushed it. So what's the end? Yeah, let's finish this up.
Well, this girl, we go out on a first date. We're
Yeah.
out at the bar, and like at the bar, like we're sort of meeting people, running into people. It just happens. You
Yeah.
see other people. We were at a busy bar. We were dancing and stuff, and I happened to promote my show to these other people. And on the
Yeah.
second date, she's like, "Yeah, you shouldn't really do that on a first date." I was like, "What? You know?"
Oh, promote your show while you're with her?
Yeah.
What?
Because now she probably takes it as, oh, he invited me to his show.
Yeah, she was
She-
being.
Jealous.
Yo, you
Or
can
maybe
promote
that's just like-
your show.
Once again, I think this actually goes back to what she took you inviting
again.
her to your show as a sign of interest.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you didn't see it that way. You said, I'm just trying to fill seats.
I actually hadn't invited her to a show yet.
Oh,
But you
this
said
other
that
girl?
she said you invited me to a show.
No, this was a different
His
girl.
friend first saw it and he said
This
he
was-
just shouldn't do it. Right?
There's a girl I met from Baby Shower. There's a different girl from the other one.
Right.
There's a girl from Baby Shower, and then
Also, before
we went out on a first date.
Confused. Oh, no.
Yeah, he was saying
Sorry.
this was a different girl that he never actually invited to a show. I guess he must have met her somewhere else and was like, "Why didn't she want you?"
And she
promoting
said
your
you
show?
shouldn't invite.
Yeah,
On
other
the
people's
second date,
shows.
on the second date, she was like, "Yeah, that was a little weird that you did that." That I like invited.
Right. So she takes you inviting girls to a show
Yeah.
as interest, which I think, once again, the majority of people would say the same thing. Right, Samaha?
I agree.
No, not. It's like Magic
They
Mike.
don't know
Magic
comedy.
Mike. It's Magic Mike.
They
He
don't
invites
know
people to
I'm
that
the
you-
show.
aloof. I'm aloof.
They don't know.
Say you're an
The
athlete.
general population doesn't know what comedy is.
Say you're an athlete. You invite a girl to your baseball game. That's the last thing I'll say. Like,
Yes. Boom. You
Yeah,
invite a girl to your
or
baseball
you're
game.
Magic Mike, and you invite people to the strip show.
Right.
He's not interested in those fucking girls.
I think you get.
It's all you could. We could all give examples.
I understand you're playing devil's. I think you agree
Yeah.
with me.
Tobin, have
well,
you
that's
ever-
an assumption.
Toby,
Tobin.
have you ever read the Four Agreements?
You told me the four
Tell me,
agreements,
you
and
need to read the
I
four.
play by the four agreements.
Also, you might not. Oh, we're done anyway.
Yeah.
Oh no, you might also not be polyamorous, bro. Dude, you could just be dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another word for it. Like you don't have to be polyamorous. Like
Yeah. I mean, I like you
or
know,
not want a relationship. You know.
Yeah.
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 Because you said that earlier. Yeah.
is it okay if this other girl hooks up around?
I don't mind. The thing is,
says
someone's
that
told
now,
me.
though. He
Someone told me the
does. He
fucking
does.
guru of talking to women, Brendan Barrera. He's like, you gotta assume that these people are out seeing other people too, and that's where I might have went wrong and like put that into my head where like I was like, oh, she's seeing other people. She's going out to bars every week
Right.
getting hit on.
Yeah. Of
And
course,
I don't
you're
think there's
doing
anything
it.
wrong with that assumption.
Yeah.
She's a pretty girl. You know what
All
I
right.
mean?
Oh, classic app.